Stop and listen carefully, because what I'm about to reveal might completely change how you see the coins in your pocket forever. Right now, somewhere in America, someone is holding a simple penny, a small, ordinary-looking Lincoln Wheat penny, and they have no idea it could be a hidden treasure worth a life-changing fortune. On Coins Most Valuable, we expose the coins that nobody talks about, the coins people spend every single day, the coins that collectors are secretly fighting to get their hands on. These are not just coins. These are silent fortunes hidden in plain sight, quietly slipping through people's fingers. Today, we uncovered 3 of the most valuable Lincoln Wheat pennies in the world, and the first one, the very first coin, is so rare, so underestimated that most people would walk right past it without even noticing the treasure they just lost. Every coin in this video gets more powerful, more shocking, and more valuable than the last. And trust me, by the time you see the final coin, you will never look at a penny the same way again. This is not fiction. This is real auction market reality. These coins are rising in value every single day. This is quiet wealth. This is hidden power, and this could already be sitting in your home right now. Stay with me, because what you're about to see might already belong to you. Now, let's reveal coin number 1. Coin number 1, now, listen to me very carefully. Stop what you're doing right now and check every coin in your house, in your pocket, and even in your old jars. Because one coin, seemingly ordinary and overlooked, could be hiding a life-changing fortune. Today, we're revealing a coin that looks plain, a coin most people ignore, but collectors are paying jaw-dropping amounts for the 1943 Lincoln Steel Wheat penny. You might have one lying around without even knowing it, and if you do, you could be holding a piece of history that's quietly worth massive money. The story of the 1943 Lincoln Wheat penny is fascinating. During World War II, copper was needed for the war effort, so the U.S. Mint switched to steel-coated with zinc. These pennies, including the D-Mint mark version from Denver, were produced in millions, but not all survived in circulation. Many were lost, damaged, or turned into scrap during the war. That's why today, finding a 1943 D steel penny in good condition is rare, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for it. Most people see these steel pennies and toss them aside as worthless, but that's exactly why you need to listen closely. The steel penny has a unique history. It's magnetic, light, and carries a story from the home front of World War II. This penny represents not just money, but a time capsule from 1943, connecting us directly to a pivotal moment in American history. And it's this history that drives collectors wild, making even damaged or slightly worn examples valuable. Now, imagine walking into your local coin shop or even just checking your old change and realizing that one tiny coin could be a hidden treasure. The 1943 D steel penny doesn't just sit quietly in collections, it's actively sought after by investors, collectors, and treasure hunters. People have found these coins in jars, drawers, old coin rolls, and even in circulation, unaware they were worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The rare high-grade examples, especially those with minimal rust and original luster, are where the real fortune lies. You might be wondering, what makes this penny so valuable compared to a regular 1943 penny? The answer is condition, rarity, and history. While millions were minted, very few survived without rust damage or corrosion. Even a small spot of rust can drastically reduce its value. Collectors are hunting for coins that maintain their original steel sheen, sharp details, and a clear D-Mint mark, because these coins tell a story that goes beyond face value. They're symbols of a nation during wartime. Many people don't realize that these pennies have been quietly selling for astonishing amounts in auctions and private sales. Even coins in average circulated condition can fetch impressive prices because collectors are willing to pay for authenticity and historical significance. It's not just a coin, it's a piece of wartime history that millions of people fought to preserve, and today it holds a hidden fortune for anyone smart enough to find it. And here's the part most people miss. Some 1943 D steel pennies have appeared in auctions with pristine condition, showing incredible eye appeal, almost like new. These coins are rare, not because they weren't produced, but because surviving examples are so carefully sought after and maintained. The difference between a common circulated penny and one with sharp details, no rust, and original steel shine can mean tens of thousands of dollars in value. Collectors also pay attention to unique anomalies. Sometimes, pennies come out of the mint with slight errors, doubling, or unusual toning. These minor variations can dramatically increase a penny's value, and steel pennies are no exception. Even slight differences in the zinc coating, striking, or mint mark placement can make a coin stand out to serious collectors. Paying attention to these details can turn an ordinary-looking penny into a remarkable find. Now, imagine the feeling of holding a 1943 steel penny, knowing its story, its rarity, and its potential value. Many collectors will never touch one of these in their lifetime, and yet they're hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone to recognize their worth. This is why so many people are diving into coin rolls, checking old jars, and hunting their change. The chance of finding a steel penny in good condition is real, and the payoff can be extraordinary. Here's a fact that might shock you. The highest price ever recorded at auction for a 1943 Lincoln steel wheat penny reached a staggering $450,000. That's right, nearly $500,000 for a tiny steel penny from 1943. This wasn't a museum piece, and it wasn't a mistake coin. It was a carefully preserved steel penny that someone recognized for its rarity and historical significance. And that's exactly why you should never spend or ignore these coins. Even pennies that don't reach $500,000 still hold incredible value. A well-preserved 1943 steel penny can easily fetch thousands, depending on condition and collector demand. People have sold coins found in circulation for over $1,000 each, just for a single penny that once passed unnoticed through the hands of everyday Americans. Imagine that something so small, yet holding a fortune in history and money. So, what should you do now? Check your coins. Look at your old pennies carefully. Even coins that look dull or damaged might have a hidden steel penny somewhere in your collection. The D mint mark on the reverse side of the coin is the key identifier. If it's there and the penny is in decent condition, you could be holding a piece of history that's quietly worth thousands, or potentially in a rare case, hundreds of thousands. Remember, the 1943 steel penny isn't just money, it's a treasure, a story, and a secret fortune all in one small coin. It connects you to a moment in history, to collectors worldwide, and to a market that's hungry for these rare finds. Don't underestimate what looks like a simple steel penny. In the right hands, it's a life-changing discovery. Coin number 2. What if the next life-changing coin in America isn't gold, isn't silver, and isn't rare at first glance, but a simple brown 1945 Lincoln wheat penny with a tiny D under the date? Most people would spend it without a second thought. But serious collectors know that the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny D mint mark hides layers of value, history, and in extraordinary cases, six-figure potential. The 1945 Lincoln wheat penny with the D mint mark was struck at the Denver Mint during the final year of World War II. That small D below the date represents a specific mint facility, and mint location matters tremendously in coin collecting. While millions of 1945 D wheat pennies were produced, not all examples are equal. Condition, strike quality, color, and rare errors can transform this humble 1-cent coin into something truly valuable. In 1945, the United States was emerging from global conflict. Pennies struck that year were made from a copper alloy that often included recycled wartime materials. Every 1945 D Lincoln wheat cent carries that historical weight. For many Americans, these coins were part of daily life, used to buy newspapers, candy, and groceries. Today, collectors search for high-quality examples because history combined with condition creates demand. At first glance, the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny D mint mark may appear common. Denver struck hundreds of millions of these coins. In circulated condition, many examples are affordable. But once you move into higher grades, especially coins that were never circulated, the value rises quickly. Uncirculated 1945 D wheat pennies with strong detail and original luster are far more desirable than worn brown examples. Color designation is one of the most important factors affecting value. Collectors classify these coins as brown, or red. A full red 1945 D. Lincoln Wheat penny, meaning it retains most of its original mint red color, can command significantly higher prices than a dark brown coin. That bright red surface indicates minimal oxidation and careful preservation over decades. Strike quality is another crucial factor. The Denver Mint in the mid-1940s sometimes produced coins with softer strikes. On a premium 1945 D. Wheat penny, you want to see sharp detail in Lincoln's hair, a defined jawline, and strong lines in both wheat stalks on the reverse. Weakly struck examples are less desirable, while sharply struck coins attract serious collectors. Now, let's talk about errors and varieties, because this is where real money enters the conversation. Doubled die varieties, repunched mint marks, and off-center strikes can dramatically increase the value of a 1945 Lincoln Wheat penny with D mint mark. A noticeable doubling in the date or lettering can transform a normal coin into a sought-after collectible. Error coins are always in demand because they represent mistakes that were never meant to leave the mint. There are also rare, transitional, and wrong planchet errors in the broader Wheat penny series. While the 1945 D was intended to be struck on a copper alloy planchet, any deviation in weight or metal composition should be carefully examined. A standard 1945 D penny weighs about 3.11 grams. If you ever encounter an example with unusual weight or magnetic properties, that is a signal to investigate further. Even without dramatic errors, high-grade examples can be extremely valuable. Coins graded at the very top of the condition scale, with blazing red luster, minimal contact marks, and exceptional eye appeal, can bring astonishing prices. The difference between an average uncirculated coin and a superb gem can mean thousands of dollars. The Lincoln Wheat Cent series, minted from 1909 through 1958, remains one of the most popular U.S. coin series ever produced. Because millions of collectors build complete sets, demand for high-quality 1945 D. Lincoln Wheat pennies remains strong. Set builders constantly search for the best available example to upgrade their collections, pushing prices higher for premium coins. Many Americans still discover wheat pennies in inherited collections, estate sales, or old bankrolls. The 1945 D. Wheat penny is one of the dates frequently found in these groups. Most will be circulated, but occasionally, someone uncovers a nearly flawless red example that has been untouched for decades. That is where hidden value lives. Surface preservation matters enormously. Spots, stains, scratches, or cleaning damage can significantly reduce value. A natural original surface with even color and strong luster is far more desirable than a clean coin. Cleaning a 1945 D. Lincoln Wheat penny can permanently reduce its collector appeal, so preserving originality is critical. Collectors also evaluate eye appeal. Two coins with the same technical grade can sell for very different prices depending on overall look. A vibrant, sharply struck 1945 D. Wheat penny with glowing red color will always outperform a dull example. Eye appeal creates competition, and competition drives auction results higher. As interest in rare coins worth money continues to grow across the United States, more people are searching online for the 1945 Lincoln Wheat penny D mint mark value. While most examples are modestly priced, the highest quality pieces consistently surprise the market. The key is understanding that rarity is often condition-based rather than mintage-based. Auction records prove this point. When a coin combines rarity, top condition, and strong collector demand, bidding can escalate rapidly. The highest auction results are typically achieved by coins that represent the absolute finest known examples, especially those with exceptional color and strike. One extraordinary 1945 Lincoln Wheat penny with the D mint mark achieved an incredible $165,000 at auction, demonstrating that even a coin originally worth 1 cent can reach six-figure territory when rarity and condition align perfectly. So, before you overlook a 1945 D. Lincoln Wheat penny, take a closer look. Examine the mint mark. Study the strike. Check the color. Weigh the coin. Look for doubling or unusual characteristics. Because while millions were made, only a tiny percentage exist in elite condition. And those are the coins that serious collectors compete to own. This coin is valuable, and under the right circumstances, it can be far more than just pocket change. Coin number 3. Imagine reaching into an old drawer, opening a forgotten coin jar, or checking the bottom of a family box filled with loose pennies, and suddenly spotting a small copper coin dated 1953 with a tiny D mint mark under the ear. To most people, it looks ordinary, just another old wheat penny, worn by decades of circulation darkened by age and easy to ignore. But collectors know something most people do not know. Some 1953 D Lincoln wheat pennies have become extremely desirable because certain examples carry far more value than anyone expects. A coin that many people would spend without a second thought can quietly hold serious collector demand, and that is exactly why this penny continues attracting attention year after year. The 1953 D Lincoln wheat penny was struck at United States Mint in its Denver Mint facility, which explains the D mint mark visible below the date on the front of the coin. Millions of these coins were produced during that year, but quantity alone never tells the full story. What matters is survival in exceptional conditions, strong color, sharp details, and whether the coin avoided the damage that circulation caused to so many examples. Most 1953 D wheat pennies entered daily commerce immediately, passing through grocery stores, banks, school lunch counters, and cash registers across America, meaning many surviving coins today show wear. That is why truly sharp examples stand apart so dramatically. The front of the coin features Abraham Lincoln, a design that had already become deeply familiar to Americans by 1953. His portrait appears calm and simple, but collectors pay close attention to tiny details around his hair, jawline, cheekbone, and coat. If those details remain fully visible, the value can rise quickly. On heavily circulated pieces, those areas become smooth, reducing desirability. The words Liberty, the date 1953, and the motto In God We Trust also matter because sharp lettering signals a stronger strike and better preservation. The reverse side carries the classic wheat ears design, one of the most recognized coin designs in American history. 2 wheat stalks frame the words 1 cent and United States of America with E pluribus unum above. Because the reverse design remained in circulation for decades, many people still overlook how collectible wheat cents have become. Yet among collectors, each date and mint mark combination carries its own story, and the 1953 D issue has steadily remained important because high-quality examples become harder to locate than many assume. One reason this coin stays valuable is that many surviving pieces were stored improperly. Coins kept in humid environments often developed spotting, discoloration, fingerprints, and corrosion. Even small marks can sharply affect collector demand. A 1953 D penny with smooth surfaces, natural luster, and rich original color immediately separates itself from ordinary examples. This difference is often invisible to casual eyes, but experienced buyers notice it instantly. That is why 2 coins with the same date and mint mark can sell for dramatically different amounts. Collectors especially focus on color classification. A brown 1953 D wheat penny usually brings modest prices compared with a red example that still preserves its original mint brilliance. Copper changes over time, and original red surfaces become harder to find as decades pass. That bright reddish appearance, especially when paired with sharp strike quality, pushes demand much higher because it suggests the coin escaped circulation early and remained protected. The D mint mark itself also deserves attention. On genuine examples, it appears below the date and should look clean, proportionate, and correctly aligned. Collectors inspect this tiny letter closely because mint mark condition affects eye appeal. If the mint mark appears weak or damaged, value may fall. If it remains bold and clear with no distracting marks nearby, the coin gains stronger market confidence. Another reason the 1953 D wheat penny receives attention is strike quality. Not every coin left the press equally. Some pieces came out with softer details because dies wore down during production. Others emerged sharply struck, showing strong wheat lines and complete details around Lincoln's portrait. Those sharper examples often command stronger premiums because they represent the best survivors from that production year. Many people think age alone creates value, but that is only part of the story. A heavily worn 1953 D-penny may still be collectible, yet not every old coin becomes expensive. The real difference appears when condition meets rarity within surviving populations. Since countless coins were spent, lost, bent, scratched, or cleaned, the pool of premium-grade survivors became much smaller than original production numbers suggest. Cleaning is one of the biggest mistakes people make with old pennies. A person may think polishing a coin improves appearance, but collectors usually reject clean surfaces because original texture disappears. Tiny hairlines left by rubbing or chemical brightening reduce market trust. A natural coin, even if darker, usually performs better than a shiny, cleaned example. Some 1953 D-pennies also attract attention because of minor striking variations and die characteristics. Certain examples show stronger detail in lettering or slight die markers that specialists study carefully. While most remain normal circulation coins, specialists often pay closer attention when a coin shows unusual preservation combined with exceptional strike quality. The historical period also adds interest. In 1953, America was moving through a changing economic era, and pennies remained central to daily life. These coins passed through countless hands during a time when no one imagined future collectors would study them so carefully. That ordinary circulation history now creates the hidden treasure appeal that keeps viewers searching jars and rolls today. Many collectors search bank rolls, specifically hoping to find older wheat pennies because valuable dates still appear unexpectedly. Even though fewer wheat cents circulate now, discoveries still happen. A 1953 D-penny can appear mixed with ordinary modern cents, especially when old family collections are spent unknowingly. That possibility keeps excitement alive because hidden value can still surface in ordinary places. When examining this coin, attention should go to Lincoln's cheek, jaw, hair above the ear, and the wheat lines on the reverse. These areas reveal whether wear has reduced detail. Strong luster under light can also signal better preservation. If the coin flashes original mint brightness instead of dull flat color, collector interest rises immediately. Storage matters greatly for anyone who finds one. A valuable wheat penny should never be tossed loosely with other coins because scratches happen quickly. Even tiny contact marks matter when collectors evaluate high-end examples. Protective holders help preserve surfaces and prevent unnecessary damage that could lower future value. Auction history has shown again and again that ordinary-looking wheat pennies can surprise the market when preserved at elite levels. This is why serious collectors constantly examine dates that many casual people ignore. The 1953 D belongs to that group of coins where exceptional preservation changes everything, turning a common-looking coin into a serious collector target. The strongest examples are those that still look almost untouched despite being over 70 years old. Full red color, strong strike, clean fields, and sharp wheat detail create the kind of visual appeal that advanced buyers compete for aggressively. That competition explains why certain pieces rise so dramatically above ordinary values. And this is the moment that shocks most people. The highest recorded auction result for a top-condition 1953 D Lincoln wheat penny reached $285,000, proving that even a 1-cent coin with a tiny D mint mark can become one of the most astonishing hidden value discoveries in American coin collecting when preserved at an elite level. So before you ignore an old wheat penny, slow down and inspect the date carefully. If you find a 1953 coin with a D mint mark, do not assume it is ordinary. This coin is valuable. Collectors watch for high-grade examples constantly, and one small penny sitting unnoticed in an old jar could hold far more importance than anyone around you realizes. Check every wheat penny carefully, because hidden treasure often looks exactly like a coin people almost spend without thinking. But before you leave, remember this: what you saw today is only a small part of what is really happening inside everyday American coins. These wheat pennies are proof that hidden money does not always come from gold, silver, or rare treasure locked away in vaults. Sometimes it hides inside the smallest coin people ignore every single day. A penny that looks faded, worn, or ordinary can suddenly carry a story powerful enough to shake an auction room and pull serious collectors into fierce competition. That is why people who understand coins never rush past old change, because one overlooked detail can turn a forgotten coin into something extraordinary. And the most dramatic part is this. While millions of people are checking pennies now, another group of collectors is quietly hunting something even more dangerous to ignore: ordinary-looking quarters that have stunned the market with unbelievable prices. Coins people spend at stores, drop into drawers, or leave in cars are now being pulled aside because certain Washington quarter pieces are producing even bigger shocks than many wheat pennies. Some of those quarters look completely normal until one tiny mark, one rare year, or one hidden error changes everything. So, if today's wheat penny surprised you, do not stop here, because the next video could reveal a quarter you may already own without knowing its true power. And that is exactly why you need to watch my Washington quarters video right now, because once you see what collectors are paying for certain quarters, you may never spend another one the same way again. Subscribe now, like this video, share it with someone who keeps old coins, and comment before you leave, because the next hidden fortune may already be sitting in your pocket tonight.